Hello, hello. Who do I have with me tonight? Do some playing around. Hi, Linda. How are you? So I thought tonight I would finish up this All in Create album. Hi, Dale. As well, I'll show you the prep work if you want to do the sled with me. We do have them in the store. They are available. I'm going to be doing it sort of retro mixed media, just to give you an idea. I can't get my cap off of this stuff. And then show you what you need to prepare for the toilet paper album. So just a little bit of finishing up some stuff. I'm also working on a kit, the mini album from Uniquely Creative. So right now I'm just looking at, this is the Arctic Snow by Stamperia, and I'm going to be using it on my sleigh. So I just wanted to get my lid off to make sure I'm going to be good to go. So grab a baby wipe. So if you weren't with me when I was doing this album a couple of weeks ago, and I apologize, I've had some health things going on again, and I haven't been feeling great. I've just done like 7 rounds of antibiotics, and hopefully that's behind me one more time. But I'm doing, or just finishing up this little album here that we started. So I'm just going to put the pages in and show you a couple of other things that you can do in here. Now, this album this is the little album from All in Create. The truck can be done the same way, absolutely. And so this just folds over. So this is your album cover. I used the craft one. This is the black one. And I also used this Ticket to Time paper. All the paper I used in the album is out of this, and tons left over. This pack is $22. But there's also a huge pack that has all of the rub-ons, all of the die cuts, and the double-sided paper in it, and it's this big pack here. And this one is the Nautical Wings. So yeah, this Nautical Wings, and this one says Ticket to Time, but they are both the same actual papers. But this whole kit here is called, I think, Nautical Wings. That's the whole collection line is called Nautical Wings. So I'll move that out of the way. And so what I've done is I've cut the paper for the inside. I never got a chance to put it in. But what I like about these papers is that on the back side of some of them, there are these little pieces that you can cut out and make little pockets. And so I've done some of those as well. I've got them here, and I thought I would add those in. And then I'll just throw on a couple of pieces of ephemera just to show you guys what you can do. This is kind of cute. It folds over, but this piece here needs to be cut out. What else do we have in here? I'm just going to get all these pieces ready. I think those were all the extra pieces. And then I've got, of course, the die cuts that can be added here, there, and everywhere. So, whoops, and are now all over the place. Flip that around. So, let me see what I've got going on here. So, just, you know, I like to ink up the edges of the paper. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw these down quickly. I'm using pumice stone. It's a nice, nice color to use for inking. And let's get this one down. Oops, and it might help if I've got all these pieces on the go here for tonight. Try and cover things. And I'm going to put that in there. So they've all been cut. I showed you how I did the hinge, how I've added the other pieces on. You can go back to the other videos. And then this one here, I used my tab punch and I punched this section out. So when I go to put this piece in, I don't know if it was that piece. I'm trying to find the piece that I had cut for there. May have been that piece. So this page here is a little bit smaller than this page here. So I want to be sure I've got the right papers going on in there. So I think I'm going to add that one in there. So these are all just cut a 1/4 inch smaller than the actual cardstock base, so that they will flow nicely. And if I could find my punch, I would punch it now, but that's not a problem. I can go back and just use my knife and cut that piece out. So, I mean, I'm using the All in Create paper. You can use any paper in this. I mean, you could make this a little album for anybody, depending on who it is and what they have going on. But for now, where's my... Here we go again, not being able to find anything on my desk. I don't have my bone folder, my Teflon bone folder here. So I've got those, so I will cut that out before I glue the other section down. So I think that might be that one. And then I've got 2 pieces cut for here. I kind of like those, actually. Trying to figure out how they go that way and that way. Or that way, that way. Doesn't really matter. Hi, Carolyn. So yeah, just finishing up this little album, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to show you how to get your sleigh ready so that we can do it like a mixed media piece. If you want to do it like a mixed media piece, I'm going to be putting some flowers on it. I'll talk about that while I put these down. You can figure out if you want to add any paper onto your album or onto your sleigh, or if you want to just paint it. The Stamperia Allegro paints are really good for stuff like this. 1 coat coverage will do. I didn't use my Allegro. I used something else on there, but we have a lot of this Country Chic paint. That is what I used to paint all the furniture in the store, and we were selling it, and now we're not. So we have tons of it. I should actually put it back in the store and sell it, because it really is a good paint. Maybe talk to Dan about maybe just taking a little corner in the store and putting it in there, because it is good for all your different projects as well as your furniture. So this one I do have a little bit bigger border around. I'm not concerned about that because it's on the inside. And my glue needs to be refilled. Put that there. Any questions as I'm going along here? I'm not going to put that down until I cut that hole out. Otherwise, I'm going to have trouble finding where it goes. So I've got that piece done. So it is a tiny album, but it's a cute album nonetheless. What do I want to put where? That one is... These ones are all cut too small. Those are all cut too small. So these ones here I will use to tuck in to the album. So I will add a little piece on there. So I do need to cut those pieces a little bigger. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut them. We do have a ruler here. Saw it. So these pieces really should be, so that's, go this way. So I should do this around 4 3/4 by 4 1/2. I'm just going to reach over, grab one of my other papers. So this one's got some really cool tags on it, so I don't think I want to cut into that one. So let me find another one. This one's really nice. Yeah, I've got 2 like this, so I'm going to use the rest of that. So I said 4 3/4. Just using my trimmer. well, now I can't find my trimmer. Oh, there it is. I have 20 projects on the go here. I'm also working on finishing up getting the art journal class ready for Saturday. Hi, Sherry. So 4¼ I said is my 4.5, 4.75. Let's go this way. Like 4.5. 4.75 by 4.5 and 4.5. And let me see how that fits in there. Oh my gosh, those nails. So it does need to be trimmed just ever so slightly to fit nicely on there. I'm just going to trim a little bit off. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so I do like that one. I'm going to do the same thing for the other piece. Trim off a little bit each direction. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Becky, that is the glue press. I'll show you that in a second when I put these ones down. So if you don't have a glue press, we're sold out right now. We have more coming in. So what this does is it holds your glue. I've got my art glitter glue in here, and it has a trigger so I can squeeze it and my glue is always ready for me. Those of you that are on here that have the glue press can comment and let Becky know how great the product is. So you can distress the edges of this as well, but we're going to do this. So I want to have this, you know, get as far as I can with this by 8 o'clock to give me enough time to show you guys what to get ready for the TP album, toilet paper album, as well as the sleigh. Now the sleigh won't be on a Tuesday night. I will pop on probably on the weekend. My week is a little crazy again. I have to take my mom for more cataract surgery on her second eye on Thursday, and so I'll be staying with her overnight. I get to have a wonderful sleep on a love seat. It is what it is, right? Yeah, this paper is really nice. So this really gives me, you know, I was going to say human, male vibes. I guess they're human, aren't they? Sometimes. I could say that. Ricky's not here. Okay, and then I have this last page here. And so I need to cut one more piece for there. Four and 3/4. I'm going to use this one. 4 3/4. I think 4 3/4. By 4.5. Let's see how that looks. And we're just going to trim a little excess off. Not really measuring, I'm just taking a pinch off. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Come on, fingers. And I'm going to put that there. And then I can put my trimmer to the back of me. And I'm going to put that piece there. So all the base pages are done. And Becky, the nice thing, yeah, I was just going to say that, Sherry, you use a lot less glue when you've got the glue press. Gives you a nice fine yeah, much more controlled. So you do get a bottle of Nuvo glue with it, and then you have an empty bottle, and I just fill that with my art glitter glue. All right, so this page, I'm going to use a little shorter piece because it won't matter, because I'm going to put a little pocket on there. So I should be able to take one of these pieces that I've already cut. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. Actually, it does fit. But I think I'm going to put a little pocket on the bottom anyway. Betty Boo Boo or Betty Boop? Okay, so we're going to put that down. And while Betty's on here, I'll tell you she has created an amazing album. It will be an online class right here. It will be a couple of hours. We'll show you a few sneak peeks of some of the pages, and then you can sign up for that. Okay, so I've got paper now. Oh my goodness, yeah, that one's got to go on. And then I've got these little flips here. And then I've got these two pages and this one. So what I was saying earlier is that they have, you know, all of these pieces on the backs of these, some of these, not all of the papers, but some of the papers that you can cut out and attach. So something like this piece here, I trimmed out, you could see it, and then you can attach it into the corner, one on this corner, one on this corner if you want. Let me fold that one over. You really want to have good creases. My bone folder is not where it should be. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's, yeah, there it is. I put it in the drawer. Can you imagine? I actually put something away in the drawer. What is wrong with me? Okay, and so this piece, I think, I don't really want to cover up that butterfly. She's too pretty. But I don't mind doing, you know, maybe a corner there and a corner here. If I do two corners like this, I can actually tuck bigger pieces in, but no, I don't think I'm going to do that actually. And that's your prerogative. Change your mind, change your mind. So just ink that edge, and I'm going to glue those two edges that I folded over, and I'm going to attach that down in the bottom here. This is where you may want to use the Nuvo glue because it dries faster and you're just doing a small piece. Totally up to you. Now I have this other one that's really pretty as well. Could go either way. Why don't we go this way for a change? Change it up. Now I should score this on my scoreboard, not by hand, because doesn't look so nice. Creases aren't as nice if you don't do it properly. So Heather, do it properly. So I'm just giving those lines a little fold here. Behind me. And bone folder. Really, really, you know, give those seams a good fold. This is the one I did by hand, of course. Messed it up. So this one's a really cute little pocket. So where do I want to add this one? Obviously not there. Not there. I'll put this one down on this page. Now I also have stamped and started to color some of the characters. This one here, I thought I would add her in somewhere. That is the Sparkle. She's very cute. So I'm going to center this one on this page. And here I go again with the bone folder. Okay, a little high, isn't it? There we go. That better? And so I've got that one in there. Okay, I can look and see what other ones I have that I can add in if I want. But I think for the sake of time, I really like this piece, and I think it would be really nice attached with some ribbon off of each end. This is just off of the paper. Yeah, this paper is really nice. So I think I'm going to cut this. I'm just going to attach it with some cording, some hemp cord. And it can be somewhere to add, almost like a belly band, and put it maybe across this way with some cord. And always when you fussy cut, ink your edges, because then no one knows that you fussy cut. All right, and that's going to go there. I have my crocodile here. Put them in right away, and then they'll be done. There, so the holes are in there, and I can put it that way, or I can put it this way. But I think I'm going to go this way because I can still attach cord around, and then to hide the cord, I will put something else on this side. All right, and then here, let's just add, oh, I don't know. We could do our own little pocket on there. Like that. I don't know what that piece was, but that's kind of cool, actually. Put it on this way. Ink those edges. This does not have crease lines. Oh, he's moving back. Wow. How nice, Sherry. That's exciting. Good for you. We miss those darn kids, eh, when they're not around, no matter how old they are. And I'm going to put it over to the side. All right, so I'm just showing you that there are all kinds of little places that you can tuck different things, cutting out all of these little pieces, you know, and adding pieces wherever you think you want to add a piece. So maybe this one I'll put on this side just for the sake of using it. And then it's 7:55. So put that piece on there like that. So another little corner piece. Okay, so I think that's all that I'm going to put in there from these pieces. Now, where's that big tag I saw? Looking for it here. Some other pieces. That one. I thought I had a big piece with big tags on it. I think I did. Where did I put it? Behind me? I did. I put it behind me. So we've got some nice big tags on here that can be used. So I'm going to cut one out. And if you didn't want this to be, you know, obviously this is going to be too long for here. You can either cut it down right away, or you can accordion fold it. I do that quite often in my art journals. I'll accordion fold a piece. Okay, so this one is a little big. behind me. Got those edges. And, you know, obviously it's too big to slide in here, but what I can do, I can attach it and, oops, as I said, I can accordion fold that. Let me do a fold at about here. Fold that piece up and then fold it out there. I'm just eyeballing here. And fold that up and fold that up this way. And because, you know, this paper is so thick and heavy, you really, really want to use that bone folder and get those creases in nicely. That's a little off kilter. Hold it there. Whoops. Hold it there. All right, so this piece here can fold down. Now I will probably put a button or a screw or something right there to hold the piece up. But for now, I'm going to just glue that top part down. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that for now. And so I've got this piece on here, and then I've got this little tiny piece here. I've got this little pocket. And then from there, you can use your, oh, see, I have another little piece here that I can fold over and add on. Tons of little pieces. So let me get rid of these scraps. Pieces coming out of my book. And this is where you want to start to pop dot, fussy cut and pop dot, and not fussy cut, but pop dot and add to your little, other than our usual toolkit, do we need anything special for Saturday? So far, Sandy, I only have you. So, very small class. Please, people, if we want to continue to have classes, we need to get you to sign up for them. So please, you know, if you are interested, sign up for them so we can continue to offer lots more to you. Okay, so this one here has got tags in it as well. It's got all kinds of little pieces. So, you know, you can just add as you like and pop up. You know, see what fits where. That one will look really cool. This one has got a little place for string. No, Sherry, I had already got this piece partially ready. So yeah, no, we didn't do it right from scratch. So what I'm going to do, actually I like this tag. So I want to pop this one up because I want to be able to tuck underneath. And then later I will add some rope. Geez, we've got bundles of yeah, the album we're going to be doing is going to be super cute, and it is with, I'm cutting more pieces for it. It is with the Santa Claus North Pole paper from P13 that we're using for that folio class. So now I can tuck. You know, I kind of like this number 3 on there. Tuck and tuck away. A lot of these do have, I don't know what the heck that, oh, this is like a clip. So that would be cool to put on here. If I put that there with a little piece of foam at the top, it will hold. So let me take this. So this is like a clip. So I'm going to use it like a clip. So I'm putting it right there. And now that will hold that piece. And then you just have to because this paper is so thick, you're going to have to hold it up and put it under there. And again, it still needs to be creased well. There we go. All right, and then, you know, in these pieces, I can tuck tags. And I can actually, you know what, I think I'll put that piece on there. For these ones, it is a tag, but I'm going to leave it in permanently. So I'm going to put it on an angle, and I'm going to put, you know, another piece in with it. But let me go back here just so we can show you what I'm going to do. What is pretty, Jennifer, this album or the travel album we're going to be doing on Saturday? It's not really a travel, it's just a journal book. So I'm going to tuck that piece there. I've got this number sign there. Kind of like the idea of, you know, that's a little clasp. I might just add that little clasp onto the edge of that number 3 to give it a little bit more pizzazz. All about the pizzazz. This page here, I don't want to take away from the butterfly. So what else do I have in here? All kinds of cool pieces to use. You know, I think I'm going to pop that. Put another little gear on top of that one. So you want to give your book, you know, dimension. And you want to have places still to put photos. Oh, this one, okay. Yeah, it is really fun, you know, and as I said, we've got the add-in pages as well, which are a lot of fun. And so on top of this one, lots of that number 3. What else is in here? I didn't want to dump it all out because I do have some little tiny screws. And I think what I'll do is I will attach a little piece of foam. These scissors are not liking me cutting this foam with it. Don't like that. It's not the piece I want. This is the piece I wanted. Come on. There we go. So again, just giving it some dimension. We won't use that number 3 there. There's lots of pieces that are similar, you know, to carry you through. This one I've got that little tag or that little edge there, so I may just put a tag in there on an angle. Yeah, it is the grunge. Those of us that like grunge, don't we? So I will go back with the cords and add them. I may even add a little chain and some screws and some bolts. I think I'm going to put some screws and bolts on the outside of it, hanging down. I'll get some from Dan and just stick them on the outside. So this piece that flips up, I'm going to cut another piece, I think, for on there, or maybe I'm just going to put something like this on there. Then leave this the way it is so it can have photos added there. Tuck that piece on there. All right. A little bit more dimension. And this piece, oops. Okay, it's 8:06, so I'm going to have to finish this up. But you guys get the idea of what I'm doing here, right? Now I'm just building up. I'm going to add some of my little girls in here here and there. That page is going on there. Here, what I might do is actually put something like this, but only glue the one side. Why don't I do that? Instead of saying I might do something like that, let's just do it. So I'm going to glue that to the top, and then it will flip open this way. Yeah, chains on the spine, and then, like I said, some bolts as well would be really cool. Let's add a little number 3. See, once you start decorating, this is where I can get lost now, just adding and adding and adding little pieces to it, you know. Whoops, grab that off too soon. There we go. And I do have my pocket here, so I can put a tag in. I can put another piece of black paper in there, have the tag attached to it, and then pull the whole thing out for the photos as well. All right, we already talked about what I'm going to do there. I've got this piece I'm adding onto here, so I don't want to take that space up. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe this bigger piece. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's definitely the fine details. So I'm going to leave this for now because you guys now know what I'm doing. So you would just go ahead and just add pieces. The whole idea is to just give it some dimension. So here, you know, this is tucked in permanently. You know, I could put another little tag on the top of that and pop it, pop something behind it. Let me do that. And as I say, I'm not going to do any more. I keep doing more because, well, you know, I just love doing it. And once you start, really, it becomes easier and easier to just keep adding some dimension to a piece. And doing your own thing. Tuck that piece in there. And I'm going to put these other pieces away so I can show you what else we need to do. So that is the little album. Oops, my pieces are coming out, so I'll finish that up. But I wanted you guys just to see what it looks like once you start adding some elements to it. You know, I'm not going to add something on here. I will probably add, you know, like I said, I'm going to put a chain on here and some screws and stuff hanging off of it. And then nothing on the front. I don't want to mess around with that pretty butterfly, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. And I'm going to cut some little girls out and put them in there. I'm going to do them in very dark colors with the tag dies. Yeah, absolutely. And some stamping for sure. You know, I'm just really starting just adding the little pieces in, but yeah, definitely some of the rub-ons. There's so much you can do and add in here. So I am going to bulk it up. I've got lots of room to do that with the spine that I put in, so I'm going to do that. But for now, I'm going to put it away because I want to show you guys what you need to get ready for your toilet paper album. So, whoops, my pieces are flying all over the place. Put that behind me. All right. So, for the sleigh. Now, the sleigh, yeah, she's cute, isn't she, Sherry? She is... Actually, I'm going to paper piece her dress with some of the paper. And if you don't know, I'm going to stamp her on that paper, cut out her dress, put her dress on so it's got that same pattern to it. Doing her hair dark brown, and then cut her out, and I'm going to add her in. So yeah, so her dress will be easy to paper piece. Do you guys know what I mean by paper piecing? So you can take any kind of pattern paper, stamp it, you know, stamp that doll, that little girl on it, and then cut out the dress and then put it onto another piece. Your toilet paper rolls are ready to go. I'm glad. So next week we will be doing that. So if you've got, we've got some of the Doodlebug Gingerbread Kisses paper from last year in the store. And if you're doing this for a child, you know what? These are easy enough to do that you can do them for your Christmas table and give one to everybody. And then you could do something fun. Like, okay, everybody put a little quote or, you know, your favorite part of the day or your favorite part of Christmas or whatever, and have them put something in each person's book on the little tags. And then I think that would be a lot of fun. So let me get that over here so we can do what we need to do here. All right. So what you need to prep, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this Saturday night or Sunday, but I'll give you guys a day's notice, and it'll all be recorded, so you can always watch it later. Okay, so this is the little album, and I've done 4 spines in here. Excuse me. Yeah, the girl stamp is really cute. So yeah, adding that in makes me want to create paper doll clothes. I know, so much fun. So any paper at all. I have a hole in here because I've got those little gourds and I just attach a charm to it. And then, you know, we'll decorate the pages. See how I've done that little, remember I was just talking about the little fold over? Here I put a little button. So look for some little pieces of ribbon that you can add into your album and figure out what paper you want to use. Now, I covered each one with cardstock as well before adding the pattern paper. You don't need a lot of paper, so you can use up your scraps. And then I used some chipboard pieces, you know, made a little pocket here. This one got caught. And put some extra paper, you know, in between. So we will make the spine when we do the class. It's going to be super easy. We're going to cover the paper, but what I want you to do is I want you to cut out your piece, your chipboard pieces. Oh, the toilet paper rolls, Shannon. We're making this little album. We're going to do a Christmas one. So you have to find some Christmas paper. That tag needs to be cut smaller. Some Christmas paper. Oh my gosh, they're all tight. And then, you know, matching cardstock that you want to use. And we're going to create this. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to take your toilet paper rolls and you want to squish them. Okay. Yeah, the little 6x6 pads for sure. But like I said, it doesn't take a lot of paper. Now, you need 4 toilet paper rolls. You can certainly make this bigger. But I've seen a lot of the albums done. None of them have hardcovers. I wanted a hardcover on mine, so I designed the hardcover to go with it so that if you're giving them to kids, it's nice and strong, you know, and because kids love these little things and they will cherish it. So I'm squishing all of these down. I've got 4 here. All right. So these are what is going to be going into our spine. But not only do I have them folded, you want to run them through your Big Shot. Because we want those to be as flat as we can possibly get them. So let me do that. And I'll show you what I mean after it comes out. Look how flat this is from this. All right, and even still, I take my bone folder and make these as flat as I possibly can. Okay, so this is going to be perfect. It's nice and thin. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, Bet. Just running them through, flattening them out as flat as I can get them. Alright, we'll do the next one. Is we'll do all 4 while I'm at it. And then if you have a paper and pen, I will give you the measurements to cut your chipboard. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. if you don't have a ton of toilet paper rolls, you want to do this for your table for Christmas, as I said, and have a little book for each person. You know, depending on how many people you have. If you don't have enough toilet paper rolls, you can make it a smaller book with just maybe 3 hinges instead of 4 hinges. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing this. And this will go together so quickly. So for the next couple of weeks, I think what I'll be doing is mostly, you know, little trinkets like this. I do have a Christmas album that I'm working on. I'm die cutting all of the pieces for inside, so when you guys buy it, you'll be able to just push it together. But mostly on Tuesdays, I'm just going to do some like little projects. Things that you can put on your table, gifts that you can give to co-workers, that sort of thing. Sound like a plan? But these go together so darn quickly. Okay. So there we've got our 4 pieces. Now, if you already have your pattern paper picked out, pick your cardstock that you want to use, and you're going to wrap this around with cardstock. So it's going to be, now all toilet paper rolls are different sizes, believe it or not. So mine is like 2 and 5/8. So I'm going to do 2.5, the other side 2.5, that's 5, and I'm going to add enough to fold over. So I'm going to cut it 5 inches long by 4.5 inches wide, and I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to have a little seam down along the bottom. All right. You're not going to see where those seams are because we will then be covering it with paper. But I'm not going to give you those measurements, as I said, because your toilet paper rolls may be a different size. For your chipboard, what you want to have ready, all right, so we've got our toilet paper rolls ready. I'll put them back in my bin so I don't forget where they are. My little tags. And yeah, if you've got some leftover, you know, ephemera to align that you've used and the paper, perfect. You'll be able to just add them on. You know, I like this one. This one is super cute as well. The Halloween one is by far my favorite, but I've not done any for Christmas. So the Christmas one will be really nice. I mean, I could do it with Grinch paper and use a Grinch stamp and then attach one of these little Grinch pieces. Whoops, one of my little Grinch pieces. Oh my gosh, he's got a little smiling face onto here if I wanted to. Okay, your chipboard is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and you want 2 of those. You then want this spine piece to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. All right, and this one is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. Yeah, all and create little girls in there would be absolutely adorable. You could do anything at all you want. So you're going to need to have that ready for next week. As I said, you can put the paper on your toilet paper rolls. I will do the spine with you. Oh, I should show you. I did pick a different color cardstock for the spine because I wanted that to show instead of covering it. And it just made it, I covered here, but it just complemented the rest of the album with these bright summer colors. So you may want to do it in reds and greens, whatever your paper is, whatever. I'm going to go through my Christmas paper. I might do mine with some Frank Garcia paper. So obviously it'll have a pink or a teal base to it. And then I will use up some of my papers. I will look around for some embellishments, look for some little buttons, anything that you can add on that would be fun. What do you think you're going to, all sealed when it's wrapped? No, there is an opening, Judy. All right, so the toilet paper roll is going to look like this. It's open. all the way through. This part goes on the hinge. This part will remain open because that's where we add our little tags in. Okay, so we're going to add little tags into each of those. All right? It's very simple, but it's cute and it's fun. Here's my little gourd that I had hanging on there. So you can, you know, I've got some dangle charms at the store. You can add on if you like. You know, maybe using some of the Nutcracker paper, and then going from there. So that is that one. Okay, so that's for next week. Now, if you're doing the sleigh or the truck or whatever, what you want to do is I have painted my pieces. I painted it with this red, and they're ready to go. So when you paint, don't paint your tabs because they have to be able to fit in properly. And if you paint them, they tend to have a problem. So I see I've got a touch up there unless I turn it around the other way. Now I should have used really the Allegro paint. I didn't. I will have to add another coat on here. I'm thinking. So see that's going to be my part of my base. And then this piece goes on the back. I have the small piece for the front, so I will get all of that glued together. But what I want to do first is, if I want to do this, I'm sorry, my brain is just, if I want to do this mixed media kind of look to it, I think I'm going to leave it like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some gesso and a sponge here. We get some gesso. Just get some. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my gesso. There we go. Yeah, of course I'm just trying to find it. So before I add some gesso around the edges, what I want to do is I want to put a stencil on there. And I found this one in my stash, of course.
Oh, you got a stash?
Yeah.
How many?
Oh, lots.
Yeah, I know.
You could go put the kettle on.
Okey-dokey.
This one says, in a one-horse open sleigh or the fields laughing all the way. How appropriate for the outside of here. And then on the other side, I'll put bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. So I can use paper texture paste on there. If you are getting into mixed media projects, invest in some press and seal. That will keep your products from going hard. I had to replace a bunch because I wasn't very smart. And so this, I'm going to use my laughing all the way. I just want to go to that line. Metal spatulas, ladies, are the best for any mixed media stuff. Now I was going to use, I thought I would use some of the glitter Arctic Ice. I may try it on the other side. The other nice thing is you can always, if you do something you don't like, you can always cover it up. Yeah, I love this stencil. And it's just trying to do this. You know, I'm a lefty. I've got to, if I don't make it look awkward, then it's not being done left-handed. There we go. Just want to make sure I get all my words. And I'm going to lift that. There we go. In a one-horse open sleigh or the fields we go, laughing all the way. It is a little crooked, but that's okay. That's okay. So I have to let that dry. So I'm pushing this press and seal back down. The press and seal you can use for all your Tim Holtz products as well. You want to have no air in there. Okay? Now, what I will do with the gesso, you know what? I wonder if I can do it with, oops, well, we're going to find out because it's all over it now. On my bottom of my sleigh, this is the Arctic Snow by Stamperia. And I want my sleigh to look like it's been through the snow. So I'm just using a makeup sponge. These are all, scruff, no. These are always great to have on hand. And I'm doing it just the runners of my sleigh. Remember that I'm doing a mixed media piece. Okay, so Scruffy, get out of there. I'll find my spray bottle. Get out, out, out. I think this cat is addicted to plastic, honestly. Okay, so when this dries, this is going to look really nice. So you can already see the look that it's getting, right? So I want this to dry before I do anything else with that. Put it somewhere where I'm not going to disturb it. And which side of the sleigh gets done? That's got to be this way. And then I'm going to do the same thing on here. This is going to, you're not going to see that whole in a one-horse open sleigh. A lot of that's going to be covered. Just going to be in the background. Just going to be subtle in the background. This will have flowers. The index cards inside will be covered with some Christmas papers. So this stuff is a lot of fun. No, Carolyn, you can just get it at Walmart. It's on a roll. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me just get that on here. And then I'm going to show you what else I'm going to be doing with the sleigh. There is a product that I have had for years and years and years. In fact, it's so old, the price on mine is a third of the price that it is now. But we just brought them in, just brought it into the store. And it's called Glamour Dust. It's sprinkle on glitter. It's not like your regular glitter. It's very, it's super, super fine, and you use very, very little of it. You can always take this and sprinkle a bit more on. You can see how fine this is. See how fine this powder is? And it'll give you even more sparkle on there. I use this. I'll take a pen and cover areas and then sprinkle that on. Just going to show you the press and seal. It's like this. It's by Glad. There's 70 feet on there. So it's not like it feels weird because you could squish it on the roll, but it's sticky on one side. And that's what you want to use. It will save your paints. It will save everything. Trust me. You know, when I was preparing to do the stuff to do my wreath class, by the way, there's still room to do that. And I have 2 dates I put a Wednesday and a Saturday, so that those of you that say, I can't do it on a Saturday, I figured you could do it on a Wednesday. So, you know, come on out and join me for that. So I thought I would put, I'm thinking like on the front of this piece here, I would put a big 2.5, you know, from this set. And then I've got, this is from the new Baker's thing from Prima. I thought I would put a spoon inside on one of the index cards. And then there's some jars here. I also have the nutcrackers, if I wanted to put some nutcrackers on there. I've got the ballerinas, all the ballet slippers, you know, for the nutcracker. And then I have houses. So I just thought, I've also got these little wax seals, which would be kind of cute as well on some of the little index cards. So why don't we try the new stuff? The new stuff. Okay, we're going to try the new stuff, but Heather doesn't know where to put it. Oh my goodness, I just had it with these. So it's the new stuff I brought in. which I cannot find. Well, 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 Heather, what did you do? I just, oh, here it is. It's hiding. Nope, that's not the one I'm looking for. Isn't the one I'm looking for. Too many things. Too many things. Okay, I can't show you because I can't find it. Darn it. Lord help me. Okay. Well, maybe we'll try this. I have the Stamperia one, which I don't like as much as this other one that I got in. Paccio or something. You could find it under the modeling clay. Oh my gosh, you know, the minute we finish this, I'm going to find it. So I'm not going to do it live then. I'm going to look for it. And then I'll show you when we're doing the sleigh. But I really do like the big spoon and the jars. You know, I thought they would look really cute on the inside. The number 25 done on the outside. And then go from there. Also, some of these little seals so that I can put them on some of the index pages and then they can be moved along. So it really is giving it that mixed media feel. What's mixed media? Mixed media is using a variety of art supplies and creating something with it. So, you know, the minute I start adding pastes and layers and stencils and flowers, we've now created a mixed media piece. So it's going to be super cute when it's put together. I'm not going to have it this bright red. I'm softening it down with some, what color is this one? Is this one clear? This is white. I'm going to soften it down so that the color isn't as bright. And you can do that a number of ways. You can do it with an ink pad and, you know, run some ink along your pages, or along your pieces. You can use, here I'm using gesso, keeping with the mixed media feel. I'm just using a little, actually I should use the other side of this, very little gesso on here. And just running it across, softening that piece up. Now, while that gesso's on there, I could sprinkle some of that glamour dust on here because it's so fine. And it'll just hold on there. You know, same with my inside pieces. I can just take a little bit of gesso and run it along just to antique it up a bit. I just want to soften up that bright, bright red. Right, my other piece, same thing. In particular, I like to get the edges because it defines the piece a little nicer. Just makes it pop, right? And I'm going to also do all the inside pieces. I'm going to do my sleigh. All right, I'm going to catch those edges. Just don't want to mess this up, but it'll give you an idea. So if you have white gesso, white paint, a white ink pad. If it's a little splotchy, you know, or a little thicker than you want, don't worry about it because we can cover it up with other things on top of this. But I do want to soften, so it's doing really what I want it to do, and it's defining those edges for me as well, giving it that depth. All right, gives it just that much more dimension. Does it make sense? How many of you are going to do this project? Sleigh, TP, album, or both? So we do have the sleighs in stock. If you want, we have the trucks as well. You could do the truck. But see how that glitters along the bottom there? And that's that Arctic Snow by Stamperia. There's also Arctic Ice. But it's just really glistening. You know, it's still got to dry a bit. Now, this will be the inside, and I still want to do the inside as well. You know, obviously I'm not going to add any dimension in here, but I do want to still lighten it up a bit. I'm trying to figure out how to grab this without mucking it up. Album for sure. Good. Good, good, good. You'll have fun with it. And you'll be popping out lots of them because they are that much fun to do. I just wet this a little bit so that I can spread that out a little bit more. There we go. You know, I may stencil with something very flat, maybe a different color paint on the inside, but it's more this outside that I'm going to be working with. Okay, so I've got to pick my paper as well. Oh, you know what? I might, you know, the molds I'm only going to use like on the index card, so you don't really need to use the molds. But look for some die cuts and so forth that you can put to the outside, as well as some flowers, die cuts, chipboard pieces that you can add, anything like that that'll add some dimension to it. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up. So I'm taking all the air out, putting my paper on top there, and covering this up. Okay, the Baker mold, I believe we still have some in stock. It's really nice. If I was to do another moldy day in January, you know, with my 125 different molds, how many of you would be interested in coming and doing that? What do you think? Yay or nay? I said I wasn't going to open this, but I've opened it now. So this stuff just gets pushed in to the mold. Very different than the resins. Advent calendars. Oh, the big ones? The big doodlebug ones? Is that what you're working on? Between the 2 days. Of what, Shannon? 2 days of what? I'm not sure. Yeah, we can do a moldy day in January. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry too much about, you know, if there's a storm, obviously I would cancel a class and we would pick another day. But we would definitely need to know in advance how many are coming and then go from there. But yeah, you know, we want to get those classes filled up. We've already got card classes Betty's working on for January. So this stuff, I'm just smoothing it out. I will find the other stuff so I can show it to you. Oh, the clays. Okay, so this one I found cracked a bit more. This isn't the new, that's what I was looking for, my new stuff, because I didn't like this. But I have this package here, so I thought, you know what, let me just do some while I've got the mold in front of me and see what it's like. The other one is super cool. And like I said, I can't find it in this mess. But I will when we're working on the sleigh. I'll pull it out. So this I should be able to, yeah, there we go. These you could pop out right away. But I did find that these cracked, whereas the other clay didn't crack at all. You really do get some good definition. And the nice thing about this stuff is that you can bend it. See, I already see little cracks in it. You can bend it to shape around, you know, something like this. So you can have houses all the way around something. Whereas you can't do that when you're using resins, right? So I will do these ones, and then I'll show you the difference when I do them with the other one. So you can see what happens, and make your own call. This one's by Stamperia. We do have this one in the store as well. And it's just called Extra Light Soft Clay White. Now the other one that I brought in comes in a lot of different colors. Oh, this stuff is just getting between. Oh, how nice. You use the truck, the brick on the back. Yeah, this stuff is pretty neat. So we've got tons of molds, you know, and like I said, come for a moldy day. You can use my molds. We, you know, all I do is I have you pay for a container of resin, but we also would have this in stock that you could pick some up and use that as well. So I don't know if you could see how fine that detail is on there, but it really is. These are really easy to, this stuff's really easy to use and to work with. But again, once it dries, I have to see how many cracks I have in it. And if you're fine with cracks, that's okay. But you can judge when we're doing the actual sleigh, and you can see what happens. So right now I'm just pushing this stuff in. With the resin, you know, you have to mix the resin, but the resin we use has no smell, and it dries in 10 minutes. So really easy to use. So this I need to put into a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out. And then I think tomorrow I will finish the package up. I don't want to leave the package too long. Now let's see how this comes out. Whether this is going to pop out nicely or I should let it dry a bit. But I think, nope, see, it didn't come out. So I have to push it back in. Maybe I'll let this piece dry in the mold instead of taking it out and see what it looks like in the morning. Why don't I do that? We'll try different ways. Because this part is so thin here, you know, that's going to create, yeah, Moldy Day is a lot of fun. You guys get to, you know, make a lot of pieces that you can use on mixed media, you know, the front of your mini albums, you know, lots of different places. I've also got some mini other than the Christmas mini album with the Uniquely Creative Flip Fold album. I have some other albums I'm working on for January that will be right from scratch, right through. Not using a 49 and Market, not using, you know, anybody else's albums, but just creating the whole thing from start to finish. There's the rolling pin. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go get cleaned up, and I'm going to put this away. And I will talk to you guys later. I will post when I'm going to finish doing the sleigh. And as I said, it'll be recorded. So, you know, if you can't watch it right away, you can watch it after. This weekend, Sunday, I'm not sure. I don't have anything expected to come in this week. So I'm not sure if we'll have a live with Ricky and Lucy. But definitely you want to tune in on Monday for the next auction. We've got Winnie the Pooh. We've got, oh my gosh, so much gorgeous stuff. So, you know, tune in for that. And then, of course, I'll be back up on Tuesday. Diana is up tomorrow with her card class. That's her last class for the year. And then, you know, she'll be back up in January. But that'll be her last one. December, you know, the girls, I'm not expecting them to do anything. Everybody's so busy. I will be up with little projects here and there. But anyway, we will keep you posted on everything that's going on. So have a good night, everybody. Get those little toilet paper albums ready to go, and we will work on them on Tuesday. Have a good night. Stay safe and keep creating.